Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Friday, December 9th, 2016. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, as well as nature realm's guardians. But the predominant sense of presences are from these large souls that are trespassers and are not authorized to be here, and they are seemingly asking themselves the wrong questions, thereby getting the wrong answers, because they are extraordinarily difficult to dislodge. As always, we stick with our foundational intention, which is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan. The data very clearly showing if we aren't in our right place, it's exceedingly difficult to do our right work. And with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin. What do I know? I know if we can figure out what questions will work, it might work to get some of these presences to move on.
That's true.
And so first things first, we can ask, where am I supposed to be right now? And there are a variety of answers. Did you hear that?
Yes, a large variety of answers.
A large variety of answers. Interesting.
And most of them feel very, very sure of where they are supposed to be, but don't seem to be aware that they aren't there.
Interesting.
I have the feeling of, I'm supposed to be right where I am, right now, right here. This is where I'm supposed to be.
It seems like they're saying, it's like lots of people holding up maps and saying, this must be where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
This right here must be a match for this. Friends, you're on planet Earth, you're in North America, you're in Florida, you're in Sarasota, Florida. They're saying that's impossible. None of them are supposed to be in Sarasota.
Yeah.
So we lost a lot right there when we said planet Earth.
That's
Many of them
true.
are saying, what?
What?
No. And when we say North America, they're going, no. And when we say Florida, I think we lose them all at Florida. I think
That's true.
None of them are supposed to. Well, that's not true. Some of them are supposed to be in Florida, but none of them seem to be in Sarasota.
No.
Well, you think you aren't in Sarasota, but I promise you that that is actually where you are. You are haunting physical presences. Well, okay, so I take that back. You're haunting presences in this dimension that we are referring to as ground zero.
Yes, that's true.
Who live in Sarasota, Florida, North America, planet Earth, in this dimension of density.
Yes, that's true.
That's where you actually are. Some people are grumpily gathering up their things and leaving.
Some are.
It's a lot quieter.
That's true.
Let's pump up some kids while we can. Get these kids who are dead through us and closer to a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration. Let's pump the kids up. All right, let's run the cables and get some of these kids up now while we can, while there's a reasonable gap in the harassment from above.
That's true.
Some people are showing up. They're arguing that we can't possibly be where we say they are. They say we must be confused.
That's true.
But now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, we could bifurcate all of us who are willing to acknowledge obvious realities to the search for truth central axis, all others flung away. We can tune to increase our willingness to acknowledge obvious realities. None of this is working. Let's look. Let's just literally look outside. I can see a palm tree from here. I can see palm trees.
I can see many palm trees.
Are there supposed to be palm trees where you're supposed to be? No.
No.
Well, that's a palm tree.
Those are palm
These
trees.
are palm trees. They're tropical plants.
Tropical
There's some
plants.
crotons. I can see crotons. Look,
I can
those
see
are
the crotons and tea plants.
Yes, there's a hibiscus.
There's a hibiscus.
Yep. Are there supposed to be tropical plants? They're getting very angry.
Angry. Very upset.
We've planted our yard wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
wow. What now? In order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. What now?
What now?
How about this?
Yeah.
We are in a bright yellow house, a very bright yellow house. Let's
Yes.
look at some of the bright yellow.
Yes.
See this very bright yellow.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to be in a bright yellow building?
And there's that feeling of you must have painted the house wrong. Because, no, I'm not supposed to be in a bright yellow house, but this is where I'm supposed to be.
It's been this color for a while now.
That's true.
Live streaming way up past these people who can see that these people are clearly in the wrong place and they're refusing to acknowledge they're in the wrong place. There's some sad presences willing to acknowledge.
That's true.
Who can see it's impossible for them to do their jobs when they're not haunting the person they're supposed to be haunting. And you guys don't have to get your knickers in a twist when we use that expression. You're dead, and we're not looking down our noses at you because it seems to be likely that we are also dead.
That's true.
We're in a denser dimension, you're in a less dense dimension. You're coming in kind of like nesting dolls or nesting tubes,
Yes,
and
that's
you're
true.
using the energy of the denser lives to carry out your own agendas.
That's true.
And your agendas are a mismatch for the assignments to these host lives, which is causing big problems and making it really hard for us to carry out the work that we are assigned to carry out,
That's true.
and the work that we're going to be held accountable for.
That's true.
Who can see that these presences are not in their right place? Oh, now they're all very busy.
Yes, it's very quiet all of a sudden.
Well, I understand. Someone is pointing out, look, these presences who you're asking to witness, that's what they're saying,
Yes.
witness, are outranked by the presences who are here stealing your life essence.
I heard that.
Is there anyone up there with any integrity? Presumably the answer is no, because every time we've asked that, we've not yet come up with somebody with integrity.
That's true.
Let's... What now? What now?
No,
In order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, what now? What does one do when the presences with whom one is dealing are refusing to acknowledge obvious reality? What now? How to deal with presences who are refusing to acknowledge obvious reality? Once more. What now, in order to deal with these presences who are refusing to acknowledge obvious reality in such a way as to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do?
It's very quiet.
Now let's see if we can get some of these kids up. The hydraulics seem to have been dismantled or tampered with, but the cables are running right now.
That's true.
So I'm just live streaming up. They seem to have dismantled the hydraulic systems maybe in the overnight.
That's true.
Friends, what we're trying to do is help dead children get to God. That's
true.
what we're trying to do. The astrals have become really densely packed as layer upon layer upon layer of dead person leaves the body, but there's no place for them to go. An impermeable barrier is forming that is keeping dead presences from getting to God. but we have a technical definition for that term,
That's
a
true.
consistent source of significantly higher vibrations, but people want to pretend that vibrations are different than they actually are.
That's true.
They want to pretend that vibrations are subjective when they're objective. We've been using a term that seems to not be argued with as fully,
That's true.
that's definitions of divinity that are a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration. So we're trying to get dead children to consistent sources of truth, integrity, and inspiration through us, because that's the only airspace that we actually are responsible for and can control.
That's true.
And these big heavy hitter souls keep coming in who aren't supposed to be here. And by their own acknowledgement, they aren't supposed to be here because
That's
they
true.
say they're supposed to be, and then there's a whole variety of answers, none of which have the vibration of right here. So they're all supposed to be someplace else, and they're arguing with us that we aren't where we are.
That's true.
And they're actually counteracting their own arguments, because one is arguing that we should be in India, and another one is arguing that we should be in Italy, and
That's
somebody
true.
else is arguing we should be in Washington, D.C., and
That's true.
it's quite obviously we can't be in all those places simultaneously.
That's true.
So maybe how about they work it out and they decide where we actually are.
Something just shifted.
Yeah, it got really, really quiet. Oh, good. You guys go decide where we actually are, but we can only be one place.
Let's run the cables up while there's clear space.
Oh, it's really interesting.
Yes.
They can see it in each other. I can see this one guy who's insisting he's got to be in Italy, and they're showing, others are saying, look, no, here's what the coastline should look like,
That's right.
and here's what it actually looks like. You can't be Italy. This is not Italy. This is clearly someplace else.
That's right.
They can see it for him. And he can see for these other people who are saying, well, there must be big, tall mountains. Just look the other way.
That's right.
You're looking in the
You're
wrong
looking in the wrong
direction.
direction.
The mountains are here somewhere. And they're saying, no mountains, etc., etc. And somebody else is saying, find the pyramids. No pyramids here.
That's true. This is a message that's come up multiple times today, how we can see in others what we can't see in ourselves.
Right.
Oh, I see that.
How am I exactly
How am I
like
exactly
this?
like that?
Let those who are without confusion cast the first stone.
That's true.
It's so easy to be confused. And friends, let's simply acknowledge that it's hard to tell if we are where we're supposed to be, but we can ask each other if we are where we believe ourselves to be. I think I'm in Sarasota, Florida.
I think I'm in Sarasota, Florida.
Okay.
I think we are both in Sarasota, Florida.
In a yellow building, a bright yellow building,
Yes, in a bright yellow building.
with palm trees
With
outside.
palm trees and tropical plantings.
Yes. Friends, you aren't supposed to be here. I see you acknowledging that you aren't where you thought you were. Now please go. Go where you're supposed to be. Go where you're supposed to be. All of you have an assignment. Please go wherever it is you're supposed to be. Here we'll provide a little bit of updraft for you to go. We're just going to screen out everybody who is not supposed to be in Sarasota, Florida. We'll just start with that. This is updraft, and then you go where you're supposed to go. Shoo, off you go. Off you go. Go, go, go. Pump all of us to our right place, like a bellows pump. Some people are leaving, some people are not.
That's true.
But those people still aren't supposed to be here. However, it's progress.
That's true.
All right.
Correcting the errors for the decade of the 2010s. Start to finish. Correcting the errors.
Presences are arguing that we're in the decade of the 2010s. We are. This is the decade of the 2010s in planet Earth dating.
Yes, that's true.
This is the decade of the 2010s. They're saying we're looking at it wrong or we're wrong. Viewers, those of you who are here in this same dimension as we are, would you just, in your own time, let them know what decade you think we're in? Are we in the decade of the 2010s, yes or no? Just let them know. Whatever it is your opinion is, we're not telling you that you should agree with us. If you disagree, say whatever decade you think it is right now. These are good people, but they're just completely lost. Well, I don't know whether or not they're good people, but even if they are good people, they're completely lost.
That's true.
They're completely lost. They're lost in space and lost in time.
That's true, space and time.
What now? In order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, what now? Friends, you're just dead people. It's okay. We're dead people too, we think, probably.
We think so.
We didn't used to think so. We used to think we were alive.
That's true.
But once we flipped our working theory on its head and started looking for proof that we were any different from anybody in any dimension, we couldn't find, we have not yet found anything that's actually different. So probably we're all dead.
That's true.
And we just are engaged in a collective delusion that we haven't died. And so we're not looking down our noses at you, but your delusion seems to be that you are godly presences, and that's a more serious delusion, because you're lost in space-time. You can't even tell where you are and when you are.
That's true.
And that's not godly. That's not omniscience. That's complete fantasy. You're having fantasies about where you are and when you are. You're just dead people, and it's okay. But look up, look up, look up, look up, look up. There's a point of light, a ring of light. Find that light and just start to go up. Say, oh gosh, I have somehow really messed up. We all mess up.
All the time.
It's no big deal. Sentiences are error-making machines.
That's true.
But what matters is how we deal with the error, and to acknowledge it is the first step, and then to take appropriate action is the next step.
That's true.
We're all dead. Look up. Find the rings of light. Go up. Go up. Go up. Go up. Because we're not going to film 24 hours a day. The idea that this is happening 24 hours a day.
That's true.
We can't keep the cameras running. It's not feasible. So whoever is saying turn on the camera, friends, we've got lots of other work to do. We can't sit around filming 24 hours a day. When would we work the footage if we were always filming? Can you hear how crazy you're being? We've got to turn off the cameras. I can hear you saying, you can't turn it off. This is too important. I hear you saying that.
I hear you.
However, there are lots of other things that have to be done, including just, we have to work the footage for this.
That's true.
And then we have to edit the episodes, and we have to post them. All of that takes time. That cannot be handled. None of it can be handled while we're filming.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
It's lighting up. Go straight up to a consistent source of significantly higher vibration.
You're dead. Go up, you're dead. Go up, you're dead. Go up, you're dead. Go up. You're just dead people. That's all you are. You're dead people. Go up. Go.
This is coming Saturday at midnight, tomorrow night. Including the emissions for the month of December, start to finish. Including the emissions for the year 2016, start to finish.